Hello. You're in the reaction room with Rese. Welcome. Today's recap is season 1, episode 141. Hey, do me a favor. Check out my playlist. And if you like my recaps, subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and like, comment, and share this video. Okay, let's see what's going on beyond the gates. We start off at Nicole's house. Anita comes over to talk to her about Danny's behavior, and Nicole lets her know that Danny and Andre have decided to stay married. Anita says no, absolutely not. Bill asks Caroline to get a copy of Danny and Andre's marriage certificate, and Haley wants to know why. Caroline says Bill didn't say, but she's sure it's strictly professional. Haley thinks Bill has fallen back in love with Danny. Bill goes over to the casino to ask Joey if he was involved in Doug's accident. And of course he denies it. Bill says it's a hell of a coincidence that it happened soon after they had their talk. And Joey tells Bill, rest easy, you didn't sign Doug's death warrant. At the hospital, Shanice asks Ashley if they set a date for the big day. She says, not yet. And then Derek comes to see Ashley, but she has to go check on a patient. And Shanice tells him she can't believe he hasn't told Ashley about the feeling in his legs. Vanessa is at the country club trying to make arrangements for Doug, but she's overwhelmed, so she calls Nicole. Nicole says she's coming over to help her. Danny and Andre are cuddled up on the couch, and they start making out. And then Anita walks in and says, Danny, we need to talk, alone. Vanessa's son, Donnell, stops by the hospital. Shanice recognizes him and offers her condolences. And he asks her why Doug's office had been reassigned. Shanice tells him that Doug hasn't worked there in months. Caroline tells Haley that Bill loves her, and Haley asks her, do you think a man can be in love with two women at the same time? Caroline tells her, you need to talk to your husband before you drive yourself crazy. Andre goes over to see Nicole, and he says, Anita Dupree just kicked me out because you told her we didn't get an annulment. Nicole tells him her mother is worried about Danny's drinking. And then she asks him, would you be happy with Danny if you found out that Ashley became single? Vanessa's son walks into the country club, and she's surprised to see him. He tells her he just found out that Doug was no longer working at the hospital. He asks why she didn't tell them and what's going on. Vanessa says Doug had a gambling problem and it got out of control. Donnell thinks he could have helped him if he had known. During physical therapy, Shanice asks Derek about his progress. He says he has some sensation, but he still can't walk. And then Shanice tells him he shouldn't be intimidated by Andre because he's married to Danny. He says, Andre's married? And then he tells her this might be the right moment to tell Ashley the truth. Anita tells Danny, I just want to know why that boy is still your husband. Danny says, he's a man, and I don't owe you an explanation. Anita says, you were blackout drunk when you got married. Baby, I think you have a drinking problem. Haley wants Bill to explain why he cares about Danny's marriage. He says it's because of the financial ramifications. But she's not buying it. She tells Bill Andre has his own money, and she is steaming mad. Donnell stops by the casino to get more information about Doug. He runs into Randy, and they recognize each other. He asks Randy if he had seen his dad there gambling, but Joey comes in and tells Randy to leave. And then Donnell tells Joey, as the owner of this casino, you're responsible for my father's death. Danny tells Anita that she was drunk in Vegas, but she was under the influence of something even more addictive. Bill Hamilton. Anita asks her, where does it end? And Danny says, I don't know. And then Anita tells her, you need to find a way to get over Bill before it costs you everything. Andre and Ashley run into each other at the hospital, and it's obvious that they still have feelings for each other. Ashley tells Andre, it's good that you're married, that way you're off limits. Derek sees them together, and he decides not to tell Ashley about his legs. Anita and Nicole go over to the country club to help Vanessa plan Doug's services. Vanessa blames herself for hurting her family by not being honest with her kids. Danny drops by Bill's office. He says they need to resolve their current situation. They start insulting each other. And then Bill ends up kissing Danny. And that's how the show ended today. Let's talk about it in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching. And please don't forget to check out my playlist, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will talk to you in the next one, okay? Bye.